Something just happened in India that most of the world completely missed. And honestly, the numbers are a little ridiculous. As of April 2026, India has crossed 150 gigawatts of cumulative solar capacity. That's the total solar power installed across the entire country. And just so that number lands properly, 1 gigawatt alone can power roughly 7 lakh Indian homes. So yeah, 150 of those. But here's where it gets genuinely wild. It's not the number, it's the speed. The first 50 gigawatts took India 11 full years to build. The next 50? 3 years. And the last 50, going from 100 to 150 gigawatts, happened in just 14 months. 14 months. Think of it like a car that starts at 20 kilometers per hour, hit 60, and is now doing 120. With the accelerator still flawed. That's not incremental growth. That's exponential acceleration, and it's happening right now. And on top of that, the National Solar Energy Federation of India, NSFI, is projecting that by 2026, India becomes the world's second largest solar market by annual installations. Sound familiar? It's the exact same playbook India ran with mobile internet. Late to the party, then absolutely explosive in scale. India's 2030 target sits at 280 to 300 gigawatts of solar, part of a larger 500 gigawatt non-fossil fuel goal. That means the country needs to roughly double what it's already built in just 4 years. The construction, manufacturing, financing, and servicing ecosystem around that is enormous. And it's already spending. India isn't just going green. It's going green at a pace that's building one of the largest infrastructure investment cycles in the country's history. So who's actually driving this? And where is all that money going? That's exactly what we're getting into next. Now here's the part that actually matters for your money. Because every massive economic shift creates winners and losers, and solar is no different. The question is, which side of this trade are you on? Let's talk winners first. Solar manufacturers and EPC firms, the companies that physically design, procure, and build solar plants, are sitting on order books that are basically overflowing right now. Names like Adani Green, Tata Power Solar, Sterling, and Wilson. These aren't just riding the wave. They're essentially the wave. Policy tailwinds, surging demand, serious capital inflows. Tick, tick, tick. Then there's a second layer of winners that's honestly more interesting. Battery storage and inverter makers. Think Exide, Amara Raja, Sangro. Here's the thing about solar that nobody warns you about. It only works when the sun's out. Great during the day, useless at 2 a.m. So to make solar actually reliable at scale, you need storage. Giant batteries that soak up power during the day and release it at night. As India builds more solar capacity, storage stops being optional. It becomes the bottleneck. And the companies sitting at that bottleneck, they're in a very good spot. On top of that, cheaper solar directly means cheaper green hydrogen. Hydrogen produced by splitting water using solar-powered electricity. And players like Reliance and L and AMP-T are already laying the groundwork there. Long game, but the foundation is being poured right now. Flip side. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. Coal-based generators are staring down what analysts call stranded assets. That's a polished way of saying infrastructure that becomes economically dead before it was supposed to. NTPC's coal plants, Adani Power's thermal units, GL's boiler division. New thermal projects are drying up, and the writing is increasingly on the wall. And zoom out even further. As India imports less fossil fuel, the rupee gets stronger, the current account deficit narrows, and the macro environment stabilizes. If your business deals in imports or foreign currency, that's quietly great news for you too. So the opportunity is real, the winners are identifiable. But can India actually pull this off? Next, we look at the risks, the execution gaps, and what could slow all of this down. But here's the part nobody puts in the headline. Building the capacity is only half the job. The real question is, does the system actually work once it's built? Think of it like this. India has been on a highway building spree. That's utility scale solar, the massive farms feeding directly into the national grid. That part's going well. But now the country needs the city roads. That's the commercial and industrial segment. Solar for factories, warehouses, malls, offices. And here's a number worth pausing on. The C&AMP-I segment just crossed 10 gigawatts in annual installations for the very first time in 2025. First time ever. Experts expect it to rival utility scale solar soon, which means if you own a commercial space or production facility, rooftop solar is no longer a feel-good ESG checkbox. It's a hard cost-saving decision staring you in the face. Then there's what I'd call the parking lot problem. Storage. All that solar generated at peak sunshine has nowhere reliable to go without battery infrastructure. The result? Grid instability, power curtailment. Solar plants literally being forced to switch off because the grid can't absorb more electricity. That's revenue walking out the door for producers and unreliable power for everyone else. But flip that problem around, and it's also one of the cleanest investment opportunities in the sector right now. Throw in a rapidly expanding green bonds and ESG funding universe, and businesses with real sustainability credentials are going to find capital significantly cheaper in the years ahead. The run-up to India's 2030 target is the most active window this sector will ever see. The expressway is built. The only question left is, which exit ramp is yours? Follow us for more updates like this. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and X.